morning. It is Saturday, February 1st at the time of filming this video, and also the first vlog of 2020. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you are a friend returning for the occasionally interesting happenings of my life, hi! From the look of this angle, it almost looks like I'm turning into a cooking channel. So for those of you who were hoping for me to post more food-related things, and for those of you that were suggesting that I turn into a cooking channel, which as much as I appreciate the input, I'm not equipped for that. This is about as close to cooking channel-y as this channel's going to get. So today's actually pretty chill for the most part. I will be hanging out with Chris, and it's his birthday tomorrow, so we are celebrating today because we are both in church tomorrow. We are going to be having nun puffs for breakfast. I do not yet know what we're having for lunch, but we'll see if it's worth filming or not. And after lunch, we will be headed over to Boston. Surprise, I'm in Massachusetts, so the social destination is almost always Boston. We're going to go to Boston for the Harvard Square chocolate tour. So we'll be bringing you guys along, but in the meantime, please enjoy the nun puff making process for those of you, especially ones who have somehow managed to come over to my house back in Carbondale for breakfast. You may remember nun puffs. Insert photo right here. Yep, those. And Chris has never had them. So we're just gonna do that. I will catch you guys in a bit. So while things are cooking, I'm just going to give you guys a little backstage view of what my current setup looks like because, like I said, I'm not equipped to be a cooking channel because that involves 2 man cameras and, quite frankly, maybe more humans involved. So I'm going to turn. So there's the camera I was filming in just now. And if I turn some more, that's the camera currently being used to film the things on the stove. So, this is why I'm not a cooking channel. Yeah. Come in. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. There are a lot of cameras on right now.
A lot? Oh.
Well,
1,
I just turned that one off.
3.
This was not on yet.
Okay.
But
Nice.
yeah. So I just turned that one off because the stuff on the stove needs to cool off, so there's no point in having a camera on for another like 5 minutes.
Fair.
Yeah, but this one's on though if you want to say hi. Except you might be too.
I might be.
You might be, yeah.
This hat has been interfering with my driving. Actually, going to keep hitting it off of like the visor.
Wow. Okay. So, you guys can't tell in the video yet, but Chris is like 6'2", so he has tall people problems that I will never experience ever because I'm not that tall.
Here's a comparison.
Wow, you are literally not even in the shot. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let's fix that so you can properly say hi. And okay. You should fit now, I think.
I think so.
Barely.
Hello.
This is Chris.
Howdy.
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, this lighting is terrible. Ignore this is very white back here. Whatever.
So am I. It's okay.
Did you just make a pale joke on my vlog? Okay, well, anyway, this is Chris. You'll be seeing a lot of him in this video. So, things on the stove are not done yet, so I'm gonna turn you guys off for a little bit so that we don't burn the battery for no reason. Yeah. Okay, so Num Puffs done finally, and because I'm an idiot, I did not actually film like a wide shot angle like that earlier, but you saw the B-roll footage, so it's all good.
I never had them. I'm excited.
Okay, so we're gonna eat breakfast now, and depending on what I decide I'm making for lunch, I may or may not film that. So we might be in Boston the next time we show up, or we might be having lunch, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, see you guys in a bit. So I didn't vlog the making of this, but essentially our lunch today is chicken, cuttlefish balls, napa, udon noodles, and a homemade chicken broth. So there you go. Nice close-up shot of the lunch. And we will see you guys probably as we're headed to Boston in a little bit. So we have safely arrived in Alewife. We're on the train waiting to get off at the Harvard stop later. And Chris, what are we doing?
Oh, we're going on a chocolate tour.
Yes, because this man is obsessed with chocolate. So birthday present, we're feeding him more chocolate.
It's the way to my heart. It's chocolate.
That's a good idea. Yep. So we'll be doing that. I feel like if I start talking, dudes will start talking.
Probably.
And I'm moving now. Also, disregard how weird my earmuffs look. I kind of pull them off of my head, so if they look a bit off-center, that's why. So.
Next stop, Data Square.
See, I do. Let's start talking. Okay, so, what was it? I zoned out. Oh yeah. So I'm not actually sure how much I'll be able to vlog during the tour because we're not actually allowed to vlog the tour, as I was told. But like they're okay with me filming parts of it as long as I don't get other guests, and like depending on whether the different stops we go to are okay with me filming or not, I might have to stop filming. So we'll see what happens. Nice. Okay, catch you guys in a little bit and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so we've made it from the train station. We got off at the Harvard stop and we are at the co-op. The coop, the co-op, whatever the heck it is. And our tour guide and a couple other tour people are behind Chris over there. We're trying not to show them because, you know, other people did not ask to be in this vlog. So we have a couple minutes. What time is it right now?
It is 4:53.
Okay, so we've got like 5 more minutes-ish before the tour officially starts. But yeah, it's steadily getting darker because sunset has happened. You are cold?
I'm cold, but I'm excited to be back in Boston. I'm from around here, sort of.
Easter Mass.
Yeah, it was funny because the tour guide was saying something about there being a 3-year-old that's going to be part of the tour, and how she expects that the 3-year-old will probably be the most excited person. And yeah, this one might be giving a 3-year-old the run for the money, except the 3-year-old doesn't pay, so I don't know how that phrase works.
That's true. I don't know. I'm gonna have to fight a 3-year-old. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll try to keep him as non-violent as possible, and we'll see how it goes.
I won't fight a 3-year-old.
Because you'd lose.
Ooh.
No, because the parents would both probably like get on you, not to mention like just the general public because you're fighting a child.
That's fair.
And this wasn't like a direct jab at you as a person. This was like, no, as a society, I think we would have a problem with a grown man fighting a 3-year-old.
Fair. I'm glad there's still accountability in this world. That's the cop. You heard me talking about it.
Hey guys, post-event editing Ariel cutting in here to take over because, as I mentioned while I was on the train, the footage is a little choppy just because there were times that I could film and couldn't film, so hopefully me cutting in now with this voiceover and fun montage of what all we went through will make a little bit more sense than if I were to just present you with the footage and assume that you understood what was going on. So, to start off, I would like to clarify that Chris and I were both right in the clip that you just saw. It's actually a co-op called The Coop. So, even though I think Chris was technically trying to make a joke out of it, somehow, by some miracle, we were both right. So, to kick things off with the tour, we started at 5 p.m. and it was about 32 degrees Fahrenheit out, so everybody had their coats, hats, gloves for the most part on for the entirety of the tour. And our first stop was at this place called Lizzie's, which was an ice cream place. And they had some interesting things for us to sample aside from ice cream. You'll see here in this footage, we were actually trying the juice that is made out of the fruit that cocoa beans or nibs or whatever you want to call them come out of.
You want a vanilla cone? Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. She changes her mind.
I grabbed one cup for her, but you know, if she doesn't, if you don't want her to try it, you don't
Do you want to try the juice?
That's really good.
She might really like it. It's really sweet. It's like super sweet apple juice.
Yeah.
And despite it being so sweet, there was 0 added sugar. The fruit itself that normally gets chucked away is actually really sweet. The taste is very reminiscent of like apple cider, which is confusing because there are no apples involved.
I also feel like
Very good.
yeah, it's
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is for you.
you either like
Somehow apple cider is like the closest thing that we could think of to describe it. But yeah, as you could see here, we were all a little confused. So the other thing to bring up is chocolate has always been viewed as like a very sex-affiliated food. And this is not the first time that I have seen ice cream flavors linking the two together. And I'm gonna put poor Chris on the spot here, but I will kind of mute out one word because I occasionally have younger siblings of my friends watching these videos, so I do not want to soil their innocent ears. And enjoy this clip because it's still funny regardless. Which flavor did you get?
Chocolate.
what's our next flavor?
I feel weird saying that.
Right, moving right along then. Chris had a dark chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips, I think, and I got, unsurprisingly, a coffee ice cream that had fudge swirls and walnuts in it. I get that this is a chocolate tour, but I'm still a sucker for coffee ice cream regardless, so obviously I went with that option. Anywho, our next stop was this place called Dotto, where we had a matcha hot chocolate. Now, sadly, Chris has yet to learn to appreciate matcha. He just did not grow up having that much tea in his life, but me, I like matcha, so I devoured mine. And our lovely tour guide Biz, I'm not sure if she will ever see this video, but if you do, hi Biz, you were fantastic, brought us cocoa nibs for us to try and ruby chocolate. So here's some fun footage of that. So cocoa nibs essentially is the thing that you remove from the cocoa fruit. You're supposed to crack it, and then the thing on the inside is what eventually you crush and ground into cocoa powder. And then ruby chocolate is made from another type of, I guess it's cocoa bean is technically the right word for it, but it comes off having like a Very almost like raspberry-esque type of taste. Basically the chocolate's pink. I have a bar of this in my house right now. You should try that out if you haven't yet. It's actually quite good. So, as we are exiting location, this is the second location, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So highly recommend
As we're
It's a great
exiting
place.
the second location,
I like
this
to
is looking
support
very
some,
familiar
local business people
because-
there, especially someone that's been on my tour and has a
what is around the corner?
It's the Sinclair where I saw Abby Kaplan. Oh my god!
So our next stop was a bakery slash cafe called Flower, and we got cookies,
You can't beat the classic.
which were yummy. And then our tour guide also gave us this 55% cocoa fair trade chocolate, which we decided to keep to film later when we were alone, just so that, you know, we'd be able to appreciate the snap that she kept telling us that we were supposed to be able to hear. But it was very loud in that cafe, and our tour guide was talking and the other guests were talking, and we just wanted to be able to kind of, you know, keep that moment for you guys to experience with us. Our fourth stop was a place called Milk Bar, which, if I'm understanding this correctly, the first location of Milk Bar is actually in New York, and the one in Harvard Square that we went to is actually kind of like a mini second location. So this is not the flagship shop. We were given birthday cake truffles, which was highly appropriate because we were basically on that tour to celebrate Chris's birthday. Chris, as you can see in this clip, very much enjoyed the birthday cake truffle.
Ones too, and I'm gluten-free, so they actually do have a gluten-free variety.
Wow.
They also have really awesome cookies
That's
and
definite.
cakes where they make
Early happy birthday.
What a way to celebrate.
And as for me, yeah, his sweet tooth capacity is much larger than mine. So, with that in mind, we moved on to the last location on the tour, which was Cabot's Candy. So Cabot's Candy, they gave us a interesting assortment of things to try. Their chocolates were all very pretty, as you'll see from the footage here. And I don't know if it just so happens to be the flavors that they gave us to sample, but Chris and I honestly didn't like either of the things that we tried very much. The first one was a banana rum chocolate, which is this yellow one here. And I don't know about Chris. I'm not a huge fan of alcoholic chocolates. Like, I'm not opposed, but, you know, if I have a choice, I normally don't go for those. And I am also highly selective about anything banana flavored related. I'm just not a huge fan of bananas. So combining the two was not a good situation for me to be in as far as enjoying the chocolate. Unfortunately, while I felt pretty good about all of the other things we tried, even the super sweet one that I could barely eat, this one was unfortunately just not my favorite. So that was the end of the tour. It took about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. So for anyone that's interested in checking that out, I left the links to the tour that we went to down below. This is not sponsored by them or anything. I just realized that lots of my new friends here in Massachusetts have no idea that this tour even existed, and some of them quite enjoy chocolate. Overall, I would say that, you know, we got what we paid for and the samples were of decent size, and I'm not sure I would necessarily do it again because, like, there were a lot of things that I feel like, you know, one time's enough. We don't necessarily need to repeat it. But I'm glad that we went, and I have no regrets except maybe that banana rum chocolate. So once the tour was over, Chris and I headed over to the Harvard Campus Center, and we basically wrapped up the vlog there. Cool, we're recording. Okay, so we are currently just hanging out on a couch in the middle of the Harvard Campus Center, and it's significantly later than when we first got here because when we first got here it was dead quiet and I felt awkward about vlogging because I felt like people were actually studying, but now we have people socializing, which means I can vlog. Pick up the social cues, man. Anyway, so we saved one little piece of the literal piece of the tour to show you, and hopefully this will work. So supposedly high quality chocolate's supposed to have this nice snap to it, which, because it was so loud earlier, I don't think we would have heard the snap anyway. So now we're in the middle of the Harvard Campus Center, and we wanted to see if we can catch the snap on camera. And
will do that.
So this is essentially now an ASMR video.
That wasn't necessarily the intention, but maybe.
That's my book, right?
Maybe. So, okay.
It didn't melt, so that's good.
I hope not. Okay.
Mine was in my pocket. So.
Oh, it was in your pocket. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can pick up on this snapping noise. Do we want to break this at the same time? Sure. Okay, so snap on one. So 3, 2.
Oh, I messed up.
I feel like yours was just in your pocket, so maybe that's why there was no snap.
Yeah, it's chopped on my fingers. It's a little melty.
Nice. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. Ooh. Okay, cool.
Yours has some snap.
Yeah, because it was in my purse and not my pocket. Well, how's the chocolate?
Good.
How was all the chocolate?
Oh man, so good. The birthday cake truffles though, that trumped everything else, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't able to eat all of mine because that was just a lot.
Yeah, definitely into that like rich, decadent, saccharine.
If this video has established nothing else, he has a much bigger sweet tooth than I do.
Which I would gladly admit to.
Alright, well, we will close out the vlog here because we're leaving Boston after this. So, you will probably be seeing more of this one in other vlogs. So, congratulations on your debut vlog.
Thank you. Thank you.
On the day before your birthday. Thank you for letting me vlog, despite it kind of being your birthday thing. So, alright, we will catch you guys later in another vlog, and hope you have a good day. See you later. Bye. So watching this footage back, I realized that I didn't actually thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already to stay updated on different things that I have going on. And I'm not sure what the next vlog is or even what the next reaction video is, but here's to more in 2020, and thank you all for watching this first vlog of the year. And I will see you soon. Bye!